guys, first of all, happy 2015, happy new year to all of you. Also merry belated Christmas. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately because of the holidays and all whatnot, but here comes the first review of 2015. So I have Black Knight Slug in its brand new packaging. So this is basically the Takara Tomy special edition, kind of limited edition figure. It's a repaint of the Age of Extinction Slug mode. So the packaging looks basically exactly the same as the Hasbro version. The figure's repainted in kind of like a metallic silver and black theme to kind of resemble the actual appearance in the actual movie. So basically the packaging is pretty much the same. You have a repaint of the figure at the back. You have some Japanese logos at the bottom. The limited edition logo here, Transformers logo here, and then basically everything else, it's pretty much the same. If you guys have been viewing my reviews, the packaging is exactly the same as the one for Black Knight Scorn. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and see how good of a figure he is. So I've Slug straight out of its packaging. Right off the bat, I kind of show you guys the weapon storage for this guy. So he comes with two of these plastic blades where you can stick it on the side of his kind of stomach area. It kind of looks stupid in Dino Mode, but I just want to show you guys right off the bat where you can store his weapons. So if you don't really want to do, you can just kind of unpeg it. There's like a hole here where you can peg the kind of like, I guess, a mini lance kind of thing, that or a mini sword that you can plug here, and then it stores the weapon there. But if you don't really like it, I actually personally don't really like it. It kind of looks stupid. You can just pull it and leave it on the side. The blades are actually rubber plastic. They're not hard plastic, so it's pretty cool. And then there's kind of like a skewer kind of thing, because you can, I don't know, you can keep it like that or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, so it's a rubber black plastic piece, and that's pretty much it for his weapons. So let's leave this on the side and focus on the Dino Mode. So again, metallic silver paint all around the kind of like the head area. You have red eyes. The mouth opens and closes. These three horns, and also these two, they're all rubber plastic as well. So they're not hard plastic. In terms of the body, you see some gray parts on the top. Spiky tail, black paint. All of these spikes are also rubber plastic, which is, I guess, a nice feature in a way. I guess they designed these toys not just for adult collectors, but also for kids, so it doesn't really kind of poke them, right, when they transform. So it's a pretty nice feature to have. Metallic legs, metallic toes. The toes, you can flip them down if you want. Only the back ones, though. The front ones don't have the same feature, but they're painted similarly. And then basically all around the figure, it's painted black. Now in terms of articulation, his front two legs, you can kind of move it a bit forward, a bit backward, not full 360, I would say. And then you can move it out. On the joint here, you can move it up and down. No side movement, so I can't rotate this piece. That's pretty much it for the front. The back, the hind legs, you can move it up and down. You can kind of swivel it, I guess. If you really want huge articulation in Dino Mode, you can kind of swing it out. And then again, the toes, and then that's pretty much it. Again, you can't rotate it. So I would say limited articulation in his Dino Mode. Not too much, but to me, just by looking at the paint scheme on this guy, I really like the paint scheme. I am 100% a fan of the black repaint series on the Dinobot so far. I love the Nemesis Grimlock in its Dino Mode. I also like the Black Knight Scorn, and right now I really like the Black Knight Slug as well. Really looking forward to the upcoming figure that's coming in soon. For me, the Black Knight Strafe is coming in, so I will be reviewing that one as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that's pretty much it for its Beast Mode, or Dino Mode. Nothing really too special about it. Oh, there is an Autobot logo on its head. Forgot to mention about that. So that's pretty much it. So without further ado, why don't we get this guy transformed into its robot mode and see how good the robot mode will be. Now to transform Slug into robot mode, there is a few tricky parts to it, but most of the transformation is pretty straightforward and easy. So what you want to do first is flap the black piece of tail at the end inwards, and then flap this whole kind of like a back piece over to the top. Then what you want to do is flap the dino feet back in, and it basically locks into this gap, and you can straighten this out. Just pull the whole black piece out, pull it this way again, and then pull the robot feet outwards. And basically you have the robot legs done. That's it. Now in terms of the main body and the hands and the head, what you want to do is kind of push the, this is on a ball joint, so you just push it outward. And then what you want to do is unpeg the dino's stomach piece from the main skeleton here. So if you see closely, if you watch closely here, I should move my camera inward. You see this piece, this black plastic piece that sticks into the skeleton piece. So just gently kind of unpeg it, and right there you see a hole, and then this is kind of like the long plastic piece that sticks into that. So do that on both sides. Just unpack that, and then you can kind of swing the whole stomach piece outward like so. Now what you want to do is angle the head downward a bit, and then you can split the head in half. And then once you split it, the whole body piece and the robot head will reveal. So kind of just gently kind of wiggle the head piece outward, and then it'll split, and then you can open both sides, and you see the robot head and the robot body piece. So pretty neat transformation. Now the fist, you can swing it outwards, collapse the dino stomach piece, and it becomes his arms. So do the same thing here. Now the tricky part to this transformation is to relock the dino feet into the waist or the skeleton here. There's a hole here, the same hole that we saw. Now, if you look closely to the elbows on the dino leg, there's a small black peg or a black plastic piece that sticks out that's supposed to peg into here. It is somewhat difficult to get this to peg in my figure. I'm not sure if other slugs have the same issue. For me, I find it really difficult to peg this in because you have to angle it almost perfectly. But we'll give it a try. If it doesn't work out, that's basically what you need to do, guys. But we can give it a try first. So kind of swing it, and then kind of, you gotta angle it really well to kind of peg it in. Oh, so this time it actually worked for me. It usually takes longer than that. So that's one side, and then you gotta do the other side. I usually have more difficulty with this side. So gotta angle it. You gotta kind of just wiggle it, peg it, and there you go. Oh, nice. This time it worked pretty nice. One thing I did miss, just by looking at this figure right now, right off the bat, is the dino headpiece. When you split it, the scales on top, you can actually flap it now. Looks much better this way. So that's pretty much it. Once you straighten everything out, straighten the legs, straighten the hands, make sure everything's good. And here you have Black Knight Slug in its robot mode. So we have Black Knight Slug transform in its robot mode. So in terms of color scheme, I guess I can go through that first. Basically the same general color scheme as the Dino Mode. You have the black, you have the metallic silver, you have the metallic silver chest piece here on the robot chest. The only big difference is his head and some magenta, kind of like a light violet or dark violet pink type of paint on his chest area, on its head. You also have some blue visors. So if I zoom in on the head, you can kind of see the detail. And basically the rest of the figure is painted similarly to the Dino Mode, I would say. In terms of articulation, so no feet movement. The only movement you have on the legs is the ball joint. You have the knee twist joint, And you also have a bit of a kind of like a leg twist here, where you can twist 360. So that's legs. Waist, there is waist movement, so you can kind of turn this around. You can turn it 360 actually, but I'm just going to show you guys that because I don't want to unpeg these two pieces right now. In terms of shoulders, I guess there's kind of two different shoulder parts. There's the dino head, main dino head, you can move it up and down, and then there's also the ball joint that moves the whole arm, the hands. Same thing on the other side. Fist, you can only move it inwards or outwards. That's pretty much it, no 360. But you can 360 through the shoulder joint here, similar to the legs. You can kind of turn it all the way around if you wish. And of course his weapons, he can carry it with both of his hands. Just peg into his fist and he's ready to go. I would say I prefer him in Dino Mode, obviously. I like to pose my Dinobots in Dino Mode. The only really different paint scheme is the magenta, kind of violet kind of color. The rest are basically very much similar. I much prefer him in Dino Mode, mainly because of the head. The Dino head has the red eyes and kind of like the metallic silver scaling around the head. I much prefer that than the robot mode, but the robot mode still looks pretty nice. So that's it in terms of articulation and paint scheme in robot mode. So without further ado, let's get Slug transformed back to its Dino Mode, and we'll end off with our conclusion on this figure. So to transform Slug back, basically do the reverse, it's not too bad. Unpeg these two pieces first, like the dino legs that peg into the waist. Just kind of swivel it out like so. So it allows it for these two pieces to collapse. Flap these scales back out. And then open up the dino stomach piece again, or in this case the robot elbow arm piece. Just open it up on the side and swing the fist back in. Do the same on the other side, open it and then swing the fist back in. And you can basically just kind of swing everything outwards just to get it out of the way, and then you can go ahead and collapse it. Now when you collapse it, make sure you angle the head a bit above like so, or else it won't stick together. And then there's basically, you can see there's holes here that these plastic pieces peg them into. So just kind of play around with it. You gotta angle it and then peg everything together like so. So once you have the head packed together, you can kind of push it all the way upwards like so. You can angle these dino feet outward as well. And then what you want to do now is you want to push these two, now they become, like, I guess, the dino stomach piece back in. You want to push these two pieces back in, and the same peg in robot mode, the same hole that we pegged the dino arms in, you want to re-peg this plastic piece that's sticking out into the hole there. I mean this one, sorry. So just kind of move it, angle it, wiggle it, do whatever you need to peg it back in. And it should be a relatively easy peg, shouldn't be too difficult. Do the same on the other side, just kind of play around with it until it pegs in, like so. So you basically have the front of the Dino Mode pretty much intact and done. Now it's just the back, which is the easy piece. So flip the dino feet back, the robot feet back in. Collapse this whole black piece, like so. And then flip back his dino toes out, or dino feet. And then you can close this piece, swing the tail out, straighten everything out, make sure everything's in order. And you have him back. Straighten the feet out again. And you have Slug back in its Dino Mode. So guys, all in all, I actually really like this figure. Although I do prefer Scorn over this figure because I think Scorn looks cooler. And the weapon storage on Scorn is way better than Slug because the weapon storage in its Dino Mode is just stupid in my opinion. But the look of this figure is really nice. The repaint, especially the whole head, is really nicely done. Now in terms of the size comparison, I guess I can show you guys. Here's the Black Knight Scorn. So it's around the same size as Black Knight Scorn. Maybe Black Knight Scorn's a bit taller because of its legs and the tail and the spikes, but basically they're the same size. Now in terms of a comparison to a Voyager figure, I'm going to bring back my Nemesis Grimlock again. So I would say pretty decent kind of like a size comparison or kind of like a ratio. So probably like Grimlock's 1.5 times larger, or around 2 times larger. So all in all, I would say I much prefer this paint scheme than the original Hasbro version. I didn't really like the purple paint scheme that they came up with. But all in all, I really like this repaint. So by any means, I would recommend this figure to all of you. There is a Hasbro limited edition 5-pack Dino pack that's coming out, Dinobot pack. That one's kind of repainted into kind of like a silver and kind of like a grayish, darker grayish color, metallic color kind of thing. I don't have my hands on that set yet, but so far I am impressed with the paint scheme that the Black Knight series is doing. So by all means, I do highly recommend this figure. But if you're getting the Hasbro version, you already get like a set of 5. So I see no point in getting this one if you're getting that one already. But if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. It's 2015 now. I would try to do more video reviews for you guys more often. I will try to, if you guys have any requests, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll try to get my hands on those figures and see if I can do some reviews for you guys as well. So thanks for watching. Again, Happy New Year to all of you, and stay tuned for more videos.